see it's parking over here, which is really 180 degrees from the position it should be parking. It should be parking over here. Right now it's pushing this wiper to its maximum, when really it should be over here. And I'm just wondering what would happen if I just took this off here, turned it around so it's over here. I may try to do that, because it parks consistently straight up right now. I don't know, that doesn't seem like that would be the right thing to do, but I'm going to give it a try, see what happens. We're just experimenting. Nobody else has put forth any other clever suggestions other than just replacing it, so let's give it a try. I don't know, that just seems way too easy. Let's see what happens. Well, let's put the arms back on. See what happens. Okay, I got this turned back roughly to where it was, and I'm going to take this motor off and see if I can find anything in there. I don't know if I can get it this off, just to make it a little easier. Now, get this whole thing out. It's just those four. You don't need to get that thing off, I guess, yet. Okay, so we got our piece out. Let's see if we can figure out. I'm going to do a little looking around on the internet and see if there's anybody that has found any reason why this, you know, so that we can actually fix it instead of just replace it. Okay, I'm looking on here, and those Philippe Quebec indicates that it's a grounding issue and the resistor on the other side of the micro switch. I don't know. Here's what I got. I don't know what's what or where, but everybody else says replace this whole thing. So I'm going to just take this apart and see if we can find whatever switch he's talking about, or resistor. Oh, okay, so let me see. Here's what's inside of that. It was really just kind of glued in there and to pry it out. There is this micro switch, and there is a resistor, and I'm guessing from what Philippe says, this was the resistor that's bad. Alright. Well, according to Philippe, it's supposed to be 150 ohms, which is exactly what that is. Well, not exactly. It's yeah, 149, which is, so I'm going to say that's not a problem, but there is this part that's supposed to be grounded right here, and I'm going to just try cleaning this off, make sure that that all these things are making good contact, and let's try putting it back together again and see if that helps. So I'm going to just turn you off until I get it back in the car. Okay, I got to put back in the car now, because I'm a hopeless optimist. I'm sure it's going to work, so I'm going to just turn the wipers on. Okay, so they go through a cycle now, because it must be working properly. That means that the wiper blades, when it's parked, are going to be at their furthest down position, which would be here. here-ish, here. Let's see, right about there. So that's where I'm going to put the arm. All the tools that I have, I can't find my 12mm open end wrench, which is unfortunate. I'm sure it's around. Alright, so let's just give that a try. Okay, I think it's still parking in the right spot. So let's put an arm on and see what happens. All right, that works. Okay, so far so good. Obviously I need a new windshield wiper blade, but I put the other arm on. Alright, now my wife has returned, and I'll let her test her car out. Dog's very excited. Hello, dear.
Hi, honey.
Will you get in and test your windshield wipers, please?
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Well, no, just try. Well, okay, hold on. Okay. Hooray! All right. Well, you'll have to test them and see if they move up again. All right. Who's the best auto mechanic you know?
Matthew Bredigan.
Well, damn. Here's a little practice pointer. Before you put these arms on, you got to put this cowling on because they have to poke through the holes. So I'm going to do that. I got this wire taped up. Got those clips sort of back in there. Taped it all up. Taped it to this. I think the point of having these zip ties is to keep it from getting tangled up in the mechanism. So I think I've done that. And I think it's going to work. I'll let you know if it doesn't. Here's my theory on what's happening with these windshield wiper motors when they stop working. I don't know this for sure, but I've been playing with capacitors a lot lately, and my thought is that if there were a capacitor in the system somehow, then even when you turn the power off, that would give it a capacitor would give it enough power to return to its parking position. And I would guess that the engineers would size the capacitor. It would have to be big enough so that it would provide enough power no matter how what sort of load was on it. My guess is that micro switch, which shunts the power to ground through a resistor, is simply discharging a capacitor at that point, the point where there's that cam and when it tells it to park. So it's getting to the right position. It pushes the switch. That grounds that switch through the resistor, discharging the capacitor, which stops the motor. My guess is that over time that ground becomes corroded and no longer will transmit the energy, so that when the switch goes, it no longer will shunt or discharge the capacitor, and so your wiper motor keeps running longer than it should. There's some flaws in the theory. I don't know why it parks straight up and consistently. I would guess maybe that was the amount of power in the capacitor and there was no power getting into ground at that point. Needless to say, you should be able to fix this by simply cleaning off the ground point next to the switch. You'll see where it grounds out. Sand that down, sand down the case of the motor, and you should be good to go. Good luck.